Hello, everyone, and welcome to the introductory episode to the Points of Experience podcast, or POX for all you acronym lovers. My name is Paul Castro Jr. For those of you who don't know me, I am a voice actor, on-camera actor, producer, director, imposter syndrome 101, educator. I wear a lot of hats. Some of you might know me from the video game Neo: The World Ends With You, where I played the main protagonist Rindo, or from the recent theatrical movie Belle by Studio Chizu, where I played Dragon. I've also been the voice of some other random things like Clifford the Big Red Dog, or numerous Nickelodeon television promos, you name it. I've also been in TV series like God Friended Me, The Rookie, which is coming up pretty soon depending on when this airs, or it already came out, Black Bliss, Blue Bloods, Law & Order, movies like The Skeleton Twins, blah, 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 blah. I'm a lover and extremely passionate about the arts and education within it. This podcast is going to be a educational resource for anybody who is aspiring to become a professional in any of the artistic fields that surround the video game and entertainment industries. Like I said, I'm a voice actor. I'm also a die-hard gamer. I grew up playing video games. I literally remember sitting and playing Super Mario RPG with my mom, or typing in the cheat codes to Donkey Kong on Super NES. It's obviously, you can see Super NES is a recurring theme here. That was like my first favorite console. I also wound up like playing Super Smash Brothers quite competitively, and Magic the Gathering. I qualified at international qualifiers, or I top 8'd at international qualifiers. I have an extreme passion for video games and entertainment. As a writer, I've written screenplays that have gone on to win awards at the film festivals like the Cannes International Screenplay Festival, Vail International Screenplay Festival, many others. I've also created my own TV series called The Game Factory, based off of my childhood being obsessed with video games, formerly known as Next Big Thing, which went on to win an official selection at the ITV, which is now the Catalyst Film Festival. And I had a documentary about Madonna called Madonna and the Breakfast Club, which was picked up by Hulu, and you can watch that there. I have always wanted to create a resource of some kind that helps people who are aspiring in these fields get real information on how to do so. When I was starting, one of the first pieces of information or resources was a book called Acting as a Business by Brian O'Neill. And it was like the only resource I ever had into how to transition my love of art into a profession and navigate these businesses. Because that's specifically what the acting industry is. It's a business. But it also exists within the video game industry and the music composition industries, and becoming a showrunner or a set designer. My goal on this show is to bring on everybody within these industries who are somehow connected to the nerd kingdom, as I like to call it. Whether that's the showrunner of a popular comic book television series, the composer of a video game title, the voice actors within these games or cartoons and animated series, to the people who portray these characters in live action. Maybe Marvel, superheroes, who knows? I am deeply fascinated by the journey that artists have had to take to get from point A to point B. And point A being the moment they started, to point B being that first job or that first opportunity. And what I really want to investigate is what they did in between that. A lot of podcasts, and no offense, they're run by people who are often extremely successful, and they have conversations with other extremely successful people. And I would love to have these conversations, but I feel oftentimes these hosts might be out of touch with the artistic grind or ladder that must be climbed to break into these industries. I truly want to break down these gates or hand the keys to all of my listeners to figure out how you can get started or just more information about the pursuit of these careers. I'm really excited. I'm super excited to start talking with some really, really prolific guests, dive deep into their stories and their journeys, the adventures they've had to take, the turns that happened to them, the areas in their life they didn't think they'd necessarily wind up in, and they were brought there, which wound up leading to the success that they now reap the fortune of. I really want to get into the nooks and crannies and have the conversations that most people don't have with these artists. So I hope you all will enjoy me on this truly magical adventure that I'm about to have here. I'm also going to be joined by my co-host, Joe Scally. Some of you might know as the Fort Scientist. He was a content creator for Fortnite content and gaming, and was sponsored or was in the esports organization E11 Gaming. He will be joining me as an engineer and co-host. So we'll really be having some fun conversations, obviously between ourselves and with the guests. Also, we'll be having some wonderful options available for people through Patreon and other forms of getting involved, things exclusively available to our supporters. But this podcast will be available on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, anywhere a podcast is available. That's where it will exist. And we're going to have some amazing sponsors on board, companies and brands we believe in, products that we would suggest anyway, supporting the podcast and advertising on it. So I really think this is going to be kind of a revolutionary resource for y'all. Thank you for sticking around and watching or listening to this introductory episode. The first episode will be coming very soon. But this was me just introducing you and all of your friends and your family to the podcast. So make sure you check it out and subscribe or follow it or put a Post-it note on your refrigerator to listen to it when it comes out, and follow us on all social medias, POX Podcast or Points of Experience, depending on which social media you're on. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Paul Castro Jr., and I look forward to seeing you all very soon.